Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is exactly 9:47 a.m. News and views on Salam Media. And our next guest is Imran Muqaddam. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Inspire Network. He is and has been an activist for a very, very long time. The only way I can remind you all, esteemed listeners, is to say to you, and I'm sure once I share this with you, you will remember exactly who I'm talking to you this morning. He was the guy in the Western Cape who took on the bread cartels that many years ago. Imran Muqaddam, salamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program.
Walaikum salam, and to the listeners of Salam Media as well.
Heartfelt congratulations on your latest venture, and that is as CEO of Inspire Network. Before we get to Inspire Network, let's just go to back in the day when you took on the bread cartels. How did that all end?
Well, it ended with sort of a vindication that we had a very strong case, and we won in the Constitutional Court with damages because we took the bakeries to court.
Wow.
And we were able to vindicate that as consumers and as small businesses, we have a right to compensation for this kind of actions from corporate monopolies. But more importantly, Julie, is that we actually, through our Constitutional Court ruling, we actually wrote the rules for class action litigation. And
wow.
that is missing in South Africa's legal system. So that to me is the biggest victory, was that we actually opened up the gates for collective litigation through class action. And those rules as set out by the Constitutional Court in that ruling, I Muqaddam versus Pioneer Foods and others, is actually the rules and the precedent for taking class actions further. So, and a number of class actions that actually had favorable outcomes because of the rules set out in the Constitutional Court ruling, including the silicosis case. So yes, that to me is much more remarkable than just blowing the whistle on the red monopoly.
MashaAllah, I think that is a great win, a huge achievement, alhamdulillah. And that kind of didn't stop your activism. You went on and did other things as well before we come to Inspire Network. What were the other things that you got involved in? I remember talking to you about a year or 2 years ago, also on an issue on activism.
Yeah, I'm known for consumer activism. So I was advocacy director for the National Consumer Forum. That was before the Consumer Commission was formed, and then we disbanded. So yes, I was, and I'm still doing a bit of work under Consumer Action Network, which is also an organization that I'm leading. Although we don't focus so much on consumer matters as we would like to. I'm also involved in our local CPF, so I'm the Public Relations Officer for the Alternative Community Police Forum. I'm also the coordinator for the United Public Safety Front. So I'm working in the crime or anti-crime space, which I believe is a place where we can really not ignore, in South Africa right now. And it's a place we're trying to build a better society. So that's where I'm spending a lot of my energies.
Alhamdulillah, may you be rewarded for that. You're very definitely in the right space. If memory serves me correctly, Imran, I'm more than certain you were one of the guys as well involved again way back in the day. We're probably going back about 10 years, I think, when there was that whole big outcry against Sahuk and the numbers of people going on Hajj and the high prices and the payments to Sahuk, etc. You are one of the guys that was active in that space as well. Am I right?
Yes, yes. I'm still a director on Hajj Watch.
Right,
So
there you
we
go.
also we still very much involved behind the scenes in trying to get a better regime for South African Muslims with regards to Hajj. Even right now, I think yesterday Saud mentioned that they have been invited to the Saudi kingdom for negotiations on the new Hajj quotas and
Quota.
so on. And actually, again, they're misleading because it's not Saud that's been invited. It's actually the South African Ministry of Foreign Relations. So there's again a misnomer that SAUC is not a government entity, but they're representing Southern Africa as a government entity. But it's another story for another day. But it's still happening.
Okay.
And honestly, that we are worried about is that they continue to misrepresent, their role as an NGO.
Okay, brilliant. I do think that's going to take up a lot of time. So I am going to leave it for another day, inshallah. We're just trying to give a bit of background to our listeners this morning, indicating who is this activist that I'm talking to this morning. And that is why I had to bring in the story of the bread cartels. And the interview that I'm alluding to last year was regarding your activism against crime. As you spoke about it now, I just realized that is what we talked about. And of course, you are still involved with Hajj Watch, which we do need to talk about sooner rather than later, because the Hajj season is almost upon us. So your new venture as Chief Executive Officer of Inspire Network, what is it all about, and what do you hope to achieve by introducing Inspire Elsies Radio?
Well, Inspire Network started in 2018, so this year will be 5 years. I was initially the deputy chairperson, and last 2021 I was appointed as the chief executive officer. And the idea is to build this organization that focuses on the good news stories, and it also tries to build and collaborate with people in communities doing good and celebrating the leaders and the talent and the behind the scenes people, the untold heroes, bringing that to the fore. So we've got also Inspire TV, which we've done 2 seasons of on Cape Town TV, telling these stories. And last year, in fact, we launched Inspire Elsies Radio. What happened recently, 1st December, is that we went live at our new studios. And we're now running at least 10 hours a day of live radio online. So yes, it is taking our organization to the next level in terms of our media presence. The focus of Inspire Network is primarily media and youth. So we have a youth academy as part of our project. So where we take unemployed youth, troubled youth, and we put them through life skills programs, job readiness, basic computer skills, and so on. And for 2021, we actually did about 400 youth through the program. But what happened was the space that we had, our training academy, which also was supposed to host our radio studio, was in a very volatile, gang-infested suburb of Elsies. And we couldn't continue there because of the risk. And fortunately, the landlord or the administrator of one of the biggest malls in our area, Mr. Rafiq Dawood, heard about our plight, and he offered us a space within the mall, which is a beautiful space. We've got about 100 square meters of space there, and we custom built a studio area and a production area for us. So we are so fortunate and so grateful that we are able now to have a nice training venue, as well as having a production facility for our television productions, as well as for our radio.
What sort of programming? I know you did say that good news stories, but if you're putting out 10 hours of content per day, I'm sure that you're going to run out of good news stories, especially here in South Africa. What other type of content do you put out on your radio?
Well, it's mostly informational. We're doing a lot of focus on GBV. We opened our GBV help desk at our offices as well. So we're doing a lot of focus on GBV, crime prevention, being part of the CPF and the safety structures. We're focusing a lot on highlighting issues around crime. And then a lot of it is, local talent. So we've got about a 60% music component.
Okay.
So the music is trying as much as possible to get young people to bring in the content, and we sort of feature it and give them a platform.
Okay, good luck. And is there any way for you to measure your listenership, viewership? What does it sit at the moment? Yes?
We're running on a app platform through the Google Play Store, so people
it's difficult.
Can download our app.
Yeah.
And we can basically see how many apps have been downloaded. I think we're at 147,000 right now.
Wow.
But listenership is a bit tricky. But we reach maybe 300-400 listeners at a time, which is not bad for online radio.
Right.
For now, we don't have the kind of listenerships that Salam Media or more conventional radio there. But it's early days. We only started a month ago with the live broadcast. So one of the things we're doing a lot more of is live streaming from our Facebook page, live streaming from our YouTube channel, and so on. But we're still busy setting up the infrastructure for that. So that would also boost the listenership and viewership of our content. And then also, obviously, a lot of the content will be made available as podcasts for our guests and for people to access after we've done the actual broadcast. So it's a bit of a multimedia mix thing, and not only a radio station.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good luck. I'm sure there's keen interest. And we'll try and also download the app and see what you guys are up to on, obviously, Inspire Network, Inspire Radio, and perhaps give you some feedback sometime soon. Nice talking with you again, Imran. Please keep up the good work. Keep up the activism. We need activists like you in our community. So you keep it up until the next time. As always, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Julie, and thank you for the exposure and giving us the opportunity to talk about this very important project that we're busy with.
Ameen. It is exactly 10 o'clock. News and views on Salam Media, and we do have Aisha Kaji, I hope, standing by to talk to us regarding our final interview for the morning. So let's take a short ad break, and then we'll be joined by Aisha, inshallah.